Hang in there, you'll have somebody right away.
Let's go. Oh shoot! Damn.
Would like to apologize.
That was such a fire way to start the video. I don't care. That was fire.
For some previous statements I made about busty anime women in Need for Speed Unbound. I thought anime and...
There's busty anime... Oh, whoa. Nice place to pause at. But there's busty anime women in Need for Speed Unbound?
busty anime women were synonymous. I figured it was a given. I figured it was a package deal. Then I load this shit up and what do I see? More like what don't I see? Because there were no busty anime women in sight. I thought I was getting busty hoes, but instead I got the Ho Chi Minh, a straight ambush of a cringy political budget Need for Speed game instead of a simple fun arcade racer with a whole lot of personality. And this bait and switch chicanery leads me to a much larger, a much more significant issue in the gaming industry that's been jiggling around in my brain for a long time now. AAA games don't think big anymore, and it's hurting the crap. You see,
oh, good lord, you can't do that jump scare of the chick from Eternal like that, man. That's crazy. We get it. She's a 45, 50 plus year old, whatever how old woman, but damn. Holy crap, man. That almost broke my chair.
Games used to think big, really big. You can look at most games from the good times of gaming and you could see that the developers had their eyes on the prizes. I mean,
the golden era, you're not getting that back, man. I hope so. Slowly but surely, actually. It's coming back, actually. Slowly but surely.
Just look at Saints Row 2 and 3. Masterpieces. When I look at these games, I go, damn! And what did those games do for the company? Those games skyrocketed the studio into financial success. Then look at the Saints Row reboot. Budget cuts. And what happened after their ignorant, incessant lack of voluptuous vision? It brought their studio into a swift grave.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. Let me see that article you rolled up really quickly.
Even Dead Space voluptuous vision, it brought their studio into a swift...
Saints Row dev merging with Gearbox after new game's lukewarm review. Fucking awful. Dude, just, you know what the market wants. Just give it to them and then make profit. I don't get... Sometimes I think they want to fail low-key. Like, when they did Concord, I honestly thought that was, like, a PSYOP mission.
Grave. Hell, even Dead Space 1 had a humongous vision for their characters so that they could provide a soft, supple harbor of relief in this disturbing world. But then now in the 2023 Dead Space remake, what do they do? Budget cuts.
Oh! That's the remake. They took it away. Wow. Why? Oh my gosh, you guys can't have nothing. That's crazy.
And I know some people will swoop to the defense of the remake saying, hey, we're trying to make the women look more realistic, not all women are supermodels, you know. My brother and Bill, I just shot a demon baby with a laser pistol on a spaceship.
Exactly.
I think it's safe to say we threw realism out the window.
Like, what are we talking about?
Fucking time ago.
What are we talking about? Exactly. Bro, it's literally a fantasy. We're in deep space. Fighting like what?
Forward to EA joining the ranks of the damned in the afterlife. And this is where we get to the crux of my point, so keep listening. Because the few modern games that do embrace a great big vision are reaping all the money, cash, and prizes. Just look at Resident Evil Village, for example. That has that massive mega mommy vision, and it is bringing in that massive mega mommy money. Saving a franchise that has been slowly crashing since Resident Evil 5. And as further proof of my science...
I actually liked Sheva in Resident Evil 5. I thought she was actually really cool.
Scientific law, Spider-Man...
I hated Resident Evil 6, so that was really bad.
PS Evil 5. And as further proof of my scientific law, Spider-Man PS4, say no more. That shit saved an entire genre.
Yep, it did.
And it was all because of Black
That shit was
and
fire.
then just off the top of my head, I'm now challenging you, pimp. Name every last game that has a massive vision for its characters right now. I need it for research purposes. In conclusion, busty...
I got you, but I'm not... We'll be here forever.
Anime women build and repair franchises like fucking Flex Seal while these budget cuts kill them. That's a fact.
Why did they do that to the Saints Row remake? You basically made like a man. Oh my god.
That brings us to the 2022 game we're talking about today, Need for Z Unbusty, everyone. Where we watch the AAA franchise try to save their plummeting sales by impressing Gen Z with a little gift-wrapped dog shit this Christmas season for the low price of $70.
What?
It's a quick 2 week update for you as of December 14th. If you can believe it, it's going so well for this game that it is already on sale for half
Oh my gosh!
off in storefronts everywhere.
Wow.
Why is this, you ask? Allow me to enlighten you. But you know
Zero
what? I'm
profit
still
was
trying
made.
to make it on a Santa's good boy list this year, so I'm going to start with the positives. The driving in this game is in fact driving.
Okay.
There's no taking that away from me.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, it's been great talking about the positives. Now
Is
let's
that
talk
it?
about the negatives. Everything else. Starting with the fact that the decent driving and AI that I just mentioned can be found in Most Wanted for $20, Hot Pursuit
Exactly.
for $5,
Yep.
and before release, there was a sale on Heat for $3.50.
Oh my
Quick reminder,
gosh.
this game launched at $70.
And it
I've already
dropped so
shown you how
fast.
fantastic that's going for them, but I'm going to show you again because I
Holy
just like looking at it.
crap. Need for Speed Unbound physical sales down 64%. 5 Century on veterans depart following Need for Speed. Good.
You
Good.
stupid fucks. Next up, car
Exactly.
progression in this game is also pretty fucked. On one end of the racing game spectrum, you have Forza Horizon, Son of Chic Simulator, where you're birthed into Bugattis, Lamborghinis, and
Yep.
Ferraris in the first 2 hours of the game. But then on
Mad
the
fun.
opposite side of the spectrum here, in Unbusty, you have to win
Unbusty?
20 races to get a VW Beetle.
Ew,
Call
what
me
the hell?
crazy, but I think we may be overthinking this one. In
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit, I played for 30 minutes and I unlocked 8 cars in that time.
Oh,
8
man.
equally bad cars, but at least I have something different to look at without completely shattering the progression. And speaking
yeah.
of Hot Pursuit, let's talk about the Po-Po. Want to
Okay.
know how to lose the police in under 60 seconds? First, find the ocean. Second,
What?
drive into it. And they
Okay.
only let 6 of these idiots chase you at a time? If I just look up a car chase right now on YouTube, I can find a live stream of an in-progress chase with 10 cars in pursuit. So bargain with me here, EA. I think we can crank up the level 5 heat to 15
5
cars, and then to remedy that god-awful AI, we're
Why-
gonna make them all...
That's an error though. Like the fact that they drive to the ocean and you get to respawn, but the cop does it is insane.
busty anime women. At least now there's
Nice.
an excuse for why they're such bad drivers. Next up, let's talk about the radio. This makes Saints Row's radio look...
Okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding. That's still the shittiest. And I don't care what tribe called who. I left my wallet in El Segundo is still a pile of dog shit that haunts my dreams, and you can quote me on that. But nonetheless, the psychological portrait of Unbound's radio is nothing to snuff your nose at. They managed to find and license 72 of the worst songs mankind's
I've
ever
never heard of
created.
these
It's
songs.
really hard to be angry at that level of commitment,
I
but it's
suppose.
very easy to be angry at this impressively catastrophic writing.
Wait, I gotta go back. I'm sorry, I gotta go back. I gotta read the dialogue.
Writing.
Yo, yeah, I was like, yo, bro, and yo, check this, bro. He was like, all like, if you know, bro, and you know what I said, bro. Oh, who wrote this? Who genuinely decided to write this? This is really bad. I legit don't know, but we'll soldier on.
The writing in this game makes
Horrendous.
90% of porn sound like it was written by George R.R. Martin himself. Not saying Need for Speed's writing was ever impressive, but boy
Yeah.
was this a hell of a time to decide the series needed constant dialogue and cutscenes out the ass. When I play racing games, I like the sound of a roaring engine and ear-bleedingly loud music. What I vehemently despise is a constant stream
Oh shit, hold up. Alex is calling. What up, fam? Yeah, impressive, huh? Little garage run by. I told you, bruh. I don't know, like a but. Turn this off. Just turn this off.
of wacky dialogue. And
Man,
why
it is
does my
uncritical.
character speak like an AI-generated surfer bro who's
Because
only
he
ever
is.
scored an above-average grade on a chromosome test?
Still had the car. And she's still with that same crew that jacked our garage.
Why is the
Yo.
professional rapper better at voice acting than the guy in the lead role? And what
That's
drugs were the
insane.
writers sedated with when they wrote this
45 in a school zone. The mayor's a hypocrite. What?
voice
Hang on, I gotta
acting
see
than
what
the
she said
guy in the
first.
lead role? And what drugs were the
Seen as she was caught doing 45 in school, yo, she's really no.
writers
Okay.
sedated
Man.
with when they wrote this script?
I follow you
Wow.
on Insta. Punk Funk Diva. I love your feet.
I am just trying to voice my true self, you know?
Make it stop.
Because it
Make
took
it stop.
me a long time to find it.
The noise will
Yeah, I
stop.
see
Please,
that.
God, just...
I think my favorite example
I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you. I'm genuinely cringing.
out of an ocean of bad logic and political messaging that is the subtlety of a pipe bomb would
Wait for it
probably
to
be
read again.
this.
We need to back the boys in blue as they protect us from those who treat Lakeshore like their own personal playground.
Exactly what we need. More cops who hate racers on the streets. Exactly what we need.
Yes, yes, that is exactly what we need. Holy crap, you're putting so many people at risk. Are you insane?
Notice how many orphans I just made? Notice how when I veer off into sidewalks, the developers have to program civilians to be fucking
my
Neo? Don't worry about it, because none of that shit was
This is
my
so
fault. The hate
bad.
from the damn Popo made me do it. With where it stands now, this game is pretty goddamn awful.
is so
Come
bad.
on, pimp. You didn't think I was the type of guy that shows up with all problems and no solutions. For the first time, we are
my
doing
gosh.
a Fleek Fixes, where I run through a scenario where I
Okay.
completely bond and repair a game into something I think would be a satisfactory end product that people would actually buy. Are you
Alright.
ready? Alright, great. So imagine this. Busty anime
That would
women.
fix it.
That's right. Let's up those cups and have some fun, baby. And then
Yeah.
while we're at it, axe that stupid fucking
Yup.
dialogue. All of it. You're welcome, EA.
Already
First
fixing
one's
it.
on the house. And to fulfill my legal obligations to all of you, I rate this game an A. But should they make the changes we discussed, I
Yes.
think it can easily rise to a prestige double D. Catch you on the tit side, pimp.
Man, I don't even know what to say. I generally do not know what to say. Holy crap. You know what? He's so right about that because what I did. Okay, first thing, I didn't even know this game existed. I had no idea Unbound or whatever the hell, it was a thing. Secondly, why EA? It's like you're trying to. It's always like they're trying to appeal to a gamer who does not exist. It's like this fictional. It's like this fictional person that they wrote that they're trying to appease to. That they said, oh yeah, you appease to this new Gen Z fictional gamer, and you are gonna make millions of dollars. And it never works. It hasn't worked once. Yet they still kept trying to beat a dead horse and see if it can actually start to get up and run. It is the most insane asinine thing going on in the gaming community, and it needs to stop. Vote with your wallet, which is what everyone's been doing, and this is why they are in the position they're in. But, holy crap, not gonna lie, this was a rough one to get through. But, and I love Fleek stuff, but yeah. Okay, but no more. But if you liked my reaction, do me a favor and subscribe and leave a like, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Alright, man, I am gone. Wow, that game was rough. Later.